Hey guys, welcome to Dow Jones Futures Review. I'm going to go over what went down today, Monday, our favorite day of the week. A lot of times we got our best setup this day, and if you're ready for it, you can start your week off with a bang. So let's see what we have here. When we left off on the Sunday open, we pretty much were in no man's land here. We had just back tested this level one more time and set up a little mini failed breakdown here. So there wasn't much to do except if you felt confident on the open, maybe add a little bit on this bounce here. Otherwise, just riding your runners from entry down here in the reclaim of this area discussed in the last few videos. So from there, we pushed into this zone on the top where we clearly hit it and accepted it for a while overnight until reaching the top of this bull flag that I'm looking at right now. I will show you in a little bit what that is looking like on a higher time frame, but clearly it was a good resistance because we sold down from that area around 9 o'clock and set up our first potential setups of the day. So the first setup here that was present was a failed breakdown and a dip in recovery. So the dip in recovery would have been more if we did not lose this low. If we just maybe tagged it or dipped a little bit below and then recovered above, could have longed here, but we did lose this low. So what we were offered was a failed breakdown. Now, it was a little bit of a dicey failed breakdown because you have a minor level right above. That is what I was looking at for entry here. And you can see we clearly rejected that entry area and sold down more and lost that low. So that's a great lesson in just being patient. If you were going to take the long right away, then you're looking at getting long right above the level and then taking profit on this minor level right above. Not the best setup, so I would have passed on that. But then you lost this low, and we tagged this level here directly, another dip in recovery or direct long type of setup here. One could definitely have longed it directly if they wanted to. The selling into it was nice and slow. However, because we had a new low right here, that provided us an opportunity to use that low to get long. This low was about 47.3, so you want at least 2-3 points above. And I noticed while I was watching the charts that we were pretty much bumping against the resistance like of right here, this green line right here, and that would be my long entry. I would want to see ideally us push above that and hold, which we did here at 12 o'clock. With that said, I do know that it's a little bit of a choppy time during the middle of the day. So what did I do? I decided to enter one contract here just in case we took off right away. But ideally, I was waiting for a little bit more acceptance, maybe another mini failed breakdown in this zone, or come back and test the low but not quite lose it, which Dow Jones does very often if you've seen my videos. And then we started pushing back up through the trigger here at 145, closer to the time I like to trade. I added a little more back to my position, and then I took some off on the first push here into this level. Took off one more contract here on this level. Thereafter, I just had a runner going, and we went back down, and we lost the entry level, but then we went right back up. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention, I was also hunting a failed breakdown potentially, but we ended up getting this failed breakdown. So the failed breakdown here, now that we pretty much had a good sell down, I was looking at a clearance of something like this. Where I noticed we were, trying to push against this at first. So in my mind, if we can get above there again, we'd have a failed breakdown. I kept that in mind as well. Just makes my position stronger. You can see both here, both setups would have worked here. If you saw this failed breakdown trying to happen but not happen, and then we came back and pushed through here, that would have been a valid entry. And then once we went back down, undercut this entry area, came back up, another possible entry. So I'm looking at failed breakdowns, I'm looking at dip and recoveries, but failed breakdowns are my best setup. We got a mini one right here and then a higher quality one up here around 215, all working out. Right now, what does Dow Jones looks like? Well, pretty much we're should be targeting this zone one more time before selling down, if anything. But on the downside here, I'd be looking at failed breakdowns of the low set today over here, or a failed breakdown slash back test of this breakout area, reclaim area as well. If we don't get either of those and keep selling, then you have a clear failed breakdown right here. That will be an awesome setup. If we can't get this low and only take out this area, I'd be considering a dip in recovery. Maybe we can come down a little bit before pushing back up above this level. But realistically right now, I do like the setups in front of us. If we can hold this or maybe undercut this and set up a failed breakdown of this area tonight, that should see us push back up into this level and start targeting some of the higher levels we have, and potentially make our way up to the target zone up here. Let's go to a 2-hour chart real quick and just kind of see that bull flag that I was mentioning. I see us pretty much consolidating in here. So if we can sell down, maybe do a failed breakdown of this area right here, cutting some of these lows first, that might be an awesome setup later this week. That could really push us into a nice long for the rest of October.